decent yardage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On second and very short, Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Eckler, they run left side. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Rodgers now on first down.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Packers get a bit closer.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is down to 24.
Chargers 38, Packers 14. Mason Crosby.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Charger drive about to get going.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 50, here's Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Herbert on first down now. Caught left side, Williams.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Up the middle with Eckler. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD, but of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points, and my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Completes it again to Dobbs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 39. Now Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Green Bay.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Second down and goal. Rodgers. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
In motion, the tight end.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott looks to throw right away.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll throw again. Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, not content with a first-quarter lead, I guess. We're going to go onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On play action, now Rodgers. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Hey, 47.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour.
Oh, and the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. And the Cowboys have recovered. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to air one out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
Marr now to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. They still can't get it.
They'll complete this one to Watson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
In motion, the tight end. Prescott now after the fumble recovery.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Prescott off play action.
Left side to Lamb. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
Touchdown!
Christian Watson.
29 yards.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit.
Crosby with the extra point, and that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
46.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
47.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
47.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. In motion goes the tight end. To throw is Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard from 3 yards out.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, Bank at the 39-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
From way up at the 23. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. In motion, the tight end. Prescott to throw on 4th. Throwing right, and that's complete. On play action, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll throw again. Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 20. Stay right. Over. Line back.
Now it's Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. To throw is Rodgers. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. There he goes, right side. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Oh, he fakes a spike. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
This one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
We're all about the numbers, aren't we?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Trying to improvise. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Rodgers now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got Dobbs over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Crosby for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From way up at the 23. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, fans usually